Manchester United will take on Preston North End in the next round of the FA Cup at the weekend. Before we talk about that, let's just discuss Ander Herrera, who finally got a chance to play for the football club that bought him in the summer. Gaz, when he came off the bench against Burnley, the crowd made their voices heard. Everyone was delighted. Has he done enough to impress, do you think?
Well, definitely. I mean, when he's played in the past, you can see the way that he's just completely made us tick. And one of our problems has been the way that we've been moving the ball around so slowly and in stupid positions, I think. But he's one of the few players who's actually given us a bit of movement. Every time someone else had the ball around him, he was getting in space to collect the ball. He didn't have a great game, but as Adam said off air before the preview, sorry to steal your point, Adam, that may have been because he was filling in for Daily Blind a little bit more. So if he was moved up a bit further, we'd see a bit more from him. But I think he's a great creative central midfield player, and he's the exact sort of player that could help us, and there's a lot of relief from the crowd when he came on. So I hope to see him play again.
Okay, Adam, were you impressed by what you saw from Herrera?
Yeah, he was okay. I think, like Gaza just said when he stole my point from before, I think with Blint coming off, it just meant that he ended up a little bit further back than he would have liked. I think if he's going to come on, we need to see him consistently playing a little bit further forward where he can affect the game in a creative way. But it was better. I mean, he was getting around, he was getting his foot in. There was some great passes over to Di Maria that Rooney's been trying and not pulling off. And I think we just need to see him there a little bit more consistently.
Go on, Dave, tell us some stats and also your opinion as a Manchester United supporter and Herrera.
But they've both been saying, I thought Herrera was brilliant when he came on. So he came on the 39th minute. He completed 41 passes until the end of the game. So no player on the pitch in that period completed more passes. I thought he was just awesome. He completed more passes in the final third. The thing that was brilliant as well, he kept it short, he kept it simple. He only attempted 4 long balls. Compare that to Rooney, and he's looking at 13. So keeping it simple, He's bringing the players in that you want to be involved. I thought Paddy McNair was awesome last night. One of the things with that was Herrera was getting him involved. It was the highest pass combination between two Man United players was Herrera to McNair or McNair to Herrera. So it's one of those things where those two are linking really well. We're widening the pitch, we're spreading the play, we're opening teams up. I thought in the second half we did that quite well. First half, let's not talk about that. The second half, Herrera was involved, creative players were getting involved, and it was just brilliant.
Okay, right. We'll have some brilliant opportunity for you to give us some stats in a second, Dave. Now, Manchester United, let's talk about style, because everybody's been complaining about it. But, Gaz, is this a case of do fans want style ahead of substance or substance ahead of style? Because in the last 15 games, United have picked up more points than any other team in the Premier League.
Wow, I didn't know that. I think that this season, I understand that it's all about results, because it is all about getting in that top 4. But we can't carry on playing the way that we did in the first half of the Burnley game. Like a lot of others have said, it was just as bad as a lot of performances under Moyes that first half. And I don't like to see Manchester United playing like that, but seriously, how long can we complain if we're still in the top 4? Well, we're in 3rd place now. We really can't complain too much if we're still grinding out results. And maybe this season I'll take that sort of football for the end of the year if we stay where we are in the table. But next season I want to see us challenging for the league, and I want us to be playing the Manchester United way, not this ridiculous slow passing, keep it around the defence way.
All right, thanks, Gaz. Adam, what do you think? Are the results the most important thing, or is the style important too?
I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, I think the substance, the results, we do need to get into that top 4 this season, and that is the big thing. But Louis van Gaal's talking about, implementing a philosophy, improving, rebuilding, and I think we need to just see some of that coming through. And at the minute, the future in terms of style just isn't looking great. And that's why there needs to be a balance. Yes, we've got to pick the results up, and we're doing that at the minute, but it doesn't seem like we're actually progressing from a style point of view. So I think it needs to be a little bit of both. We can't sit through first halves of football like we saw last night and just be happy with results. I think it's got to be a little bit of both, mate.
Okay, fair enough. Dave, go on.
So I'm thinking with Van Gaal, I remember watching the Bayern Munich team when he just took over, and it was exactly the same. Their centre-backs were holding the ball far too long. It was absolutely boring. Then towards the end of his tenure, you're getting the likes of Ribery and Robin really getting involved in play, which is what we want. So, the problems we've got at the moment, lack of movement, dodgy system, that diamond needs to go. We're poor on the break and finding the strikers aren't keeping up with the likes of Januzaj and Di Maria when they're beating their man. And we're just too slow, full stop. But I think if we do a 4-4 something, I'm going to go for. So either a 4-4-1-1 or a 4-4-2. We get a centre midfielder pairing of Herrera and Blind. that could be explosive. You got Januzaj on one side, Di Maria on the other. I think it just could be really so flexible, a lot of pace, and there's progression that could be made, I think.
Do you mind if we ask Dave something? One second, Sam. Dave, do you think that we should be carrying on playing 2 strikers, or would you prefer us to be playing just 1 up front like we did in the second half against Burnley?
I think that the 2 striker formations in world football don't work. The only team that it works for is Atletico Madrid, and that's because they've got such a high working midfield ball that works sort of like 4 central midfielders and work really, really hard. It doesn't work. Play 1 up top, play a central midfielder, a creative midfielder in behind. That's where you're going to see really nice attacking football. For me, no, it doesn't work. You've got to scrap the 2 up front. There's no point.
I agree.
Okay. Lovely and polite there, guys. Nice one. Right, Dave. How many strikers in your team to play Preston?
So I've gone with 1 striker.
Okay, talk us through
Just Wayne Rooney. So we've got a back 4 of De Gea. Obviously awesome. Saved the day at 2-1 again. We're going to go with Paddington out right back. I thought it was awesome, creating more chances than any other United player on the pitch. Then I'm going to go with, I think, Smalling potentially and Rojo. Shaw at left back because he's back from suspension. And then I want to go with, change it up a little bit. Get Valencia back to where he was playing before, where at United he showed us sort of searing pace on the counter-attack at right midfield. Blind and Herrera in midfield, and then Di Maria on the left-hand side. Then I want to see Adnan Januzaj playing attacking midfield behind Wayne Rooney.
Okay, very good. Adam, tell us yours.
I mean, same back 4. I want it. Shaw can come back in now. I think Paddy McNair, when he has played at right back past couple of games, has been good, so I'd like to see him there as well. And based on the stats that Dave gave us before, if he's picking the ball up and he's laying it off quick, I think we need to see that from the back. I think for me that the diamond is a problem, but I think it depends on how you play it. It's not actually about the formation, because I've gone for Wilson up top and then Rooney just behind him. So it's kind of 2 strikers, but it becomes 1 striker, and Rooney can get in that position that he loves, with Blint at the back, Herrera again kind of with Blint and can push forward a little bit, link up with Rooney, Januzaj one side and then Di Maria the other. Get that width that we saw in the second half against Burnley.
Okay, Gaz, what do you think? No room for Van Persie, Falcao, Manta?
No, I completely agree that we need these wide players, because that is where players like Di Maria can really do the damage. I find it really interesting that Dave's put Valencia in his team, because I think that Valencia, when he was at his best at United, was when we played that old counter-attacking sort of United style play. That was what United were all about. So if he does play on the wing, which I don't think Van Gaal's going to do, then maybe we will see a return to that counter-attacking style, but I don't think Van Gaal will play him there, but I hope he does.
Okay, right, let's talk about Preston North End. We haven't got Howson here with some stats. Does anybody know anything about Preston North End?
They've got him up front, that twat who scored against us for Leeds.
I do know though that they've got Gallagher, who has scored the most goals in the FA Cup this season. He's scored 5. So
great
they're not doing too bad. And the same with, they've also got it written down somewhere, Gaal as well.
He's reading off notes.
Yes.
There's no way he knows that.
Well, I know it. It's just written down. But yeah, no, I mean, they're doing well at the minute in League One. And I think they've had a recent dip in form, but they've won the past couple of games, and they are scoring goals, and they've got experience in there. I mean, Kevin Davis, I know he's in League One now, but he's played for Bolton. He's got experience, and I think he's played 8 starts. He's come on a sub, and he's getting assists, he's getting goals. So I think we have to be careful. I think their strength is going forward, but that means we just need to make sure we're tight at the back, and then just go at them, take a few risks, like we've all said.
Just above the mighty MK Dons, shall we say?
Yeah.
Dave, where's the threat going to come from?
I think it will come, obviously, Joe Gardner, who we mentioned before, top scorer for Preston in the league this season, just coming back from injury, scored 2 goals at the weekend. Kevin Davis, another player, who's been creative this season, got 8 assists, but still sticking to his rugged style. He's committed the most fouls for Preston in the league this season. So it's going to be a battle, I think. That's what's it's sort of set out to be.
Okay, right then. Gaz, what do you think the score will be?
I hope we're not going to get any injuries. I'm going to say 3-1 United.
Dave?
I'm going to go 2-0 United.
2-0. Adam?
4-1.
4 big scores. You're all wrong. 4-0. We're going to absolutely smash it. Okay, guys, thanks very much. Everybody at home, let us know what you think the score will be, what you think of Herrera, what you think of the concept of United's lack of style, but the fact that we are getting points most of the time. Get in the comments below, subscribe to Full Time Devils, give the little like button a click, because sometimes it doesn't seem to work. And have a ruddy good day.
What I see out there on the pitch, we would have killed for at times during Sir Alex Ferguson's reign. Some of the players that are out there, Angel Di Maria, Rooney, Falcao, these are players that grace World 11s, not just Premier League 11s or Manchester United 11s,